Hello everyone, welcome back my channel.
Kristin Cavallari reveals NSFW reason she'd get back with ex Mark Estes. Laguna Beach alum Kristin Cavallari, whose months-long relationship with Montana Boys TikToker Mark Estes ended in September, shared the sexy reason she would get back together with the 24-year-old. Kristin Cavallari is always Laguna, keep it 100. The 38-year-old revealed which of her exes she would be willing to go back to if she had to spend the rest of her life with one of them. "I'd honestly rather F-King die, I'm just kidding," she quipped during a live recording of her Let's Be Honest podcast, captured in a video obtained by TMZ March 12, before eventually landing on Mark Estes. "I would settle with Mark because I could have really good sex for the rest of my life." And while Kristin, who split from the Montana Boys TikToker in September 2024 after going public with their relationship 7 months prior, gave an extremely candid answer, it's not the first time the Laguna Beach alum has been open about her and Mark's sex life. In fact, Kristin previously featured Mark on her podcast, where she reacted to him saying she is the best sex he'd ever had. "I actually didn't know that," the very Cavallari star said on the November episode of Let's Be Honest. "You've never said that to me. We've talked about how great our sex is." Kristin, who shares kids Camden, 12, Jackson, 10, and Sailor, 9 with ex-husband Jay Cutler, took the compliment in stride and explained the reason she thought the pair's intimate time was so top-notch. "I think sex for women just gets better as you get older," she continued. "Women, when you're in your early 20s, you're insecure in a lot of ways. You're worried about your body or what you look like, where I've let all of that go, and I think I'm more present physically during sex than I've ever been." Though Mark may have been a blast in the bedroom, he isn't the only star from Kristin's past that received good marks for his performance. Indeed, country musician Morgan Wallen has also gotten the green light from the Hills alum. "He's a great fuck buddy," she said on a December episode of Bunny XO's Dumb Blonde podcast. "He was good in bed." But beyond their hanky-panky, Kristin noted that the Love Somebody singer, who she briefly dated in 2023, is a good guy with a big heart. "The first date that we went on, he was a true gentleman," she continued, "and he was like, 'I'll pick you up, I'll pick the place,' like just F-King handled business." Read on to look back at who else has been part of Kristin's star-studded dating history over the years. Stephen Colletti. You never forget your first love. Especially when MTV's cameras are around to document every high and low in the dramatic relationship. Viewers got to see Kristin Cavallari and Stephen Colletti's love story play out on Laguna Beach for 2 seasons, with the pair, who began dating the year before the show began filming, and Lauren Conrad delivering one of TV's great love triangles. "We loved hard and fought hard. My relationship with Stephen went from our own high school romance to the fodder of a hugely successful television show," Kristin wrote in her 2016 book, Balancing in Heels. "Stephen was the most important thing in my life, and there was nothing I cared about more. I hated fighting with him on camera because it felt like I was airing all our dirty laundry." While their romance couldn't make it out of high school intact, the two have remained friends, with Kristin once telling E! News he was down to make an appearance on Very Cavallari Talentoriero. Speaking to E! News in 2022, Laguna Beach's resident Lothario Talentoriero admitted that while everyone was focused on the Elsie-Stephen K-Cav triangle, the reality is there were so many other storylines going on behind the scenes. "Not even with myself, but with Kristin or even with Lauren. Lauren had other boyfriends while she was high school. Some really cool dudes that I know that never wanted to be on the show or were on the show." As for his hot and cold romance with Kristin, "I will say that before the show aired, there were already relationships happening, or hookups if you will," Talon clarified. "I didn't hang out with Lauren until later, like in my 2nd season or something." Kristin junior and senior year, on and off. Matt Leinart. In the season 2 premiere of Laguna, Stephen is devastated when he learns Kristin has moved on after he left for school, dating Matt, this guy at USC. This guy at USC would turn out to be Matt Leinart, USC's star quarterback who would go on to play in the NFL. Matt never ended up appearing on the MTV hit, and his romance with Kristin was short-lived. The pair briefly sparked reconciliation rumors when they were spotted together in Vegas in 2008, but Kristin and Matt didn't officially huddle up again, Brody Jenner. While they would later fake a romance for the Hills' later seasons, Kristin and Brody Jenner did date years prior shortly after her tenure.